LET, PICO-8, and Picotron, Unified Development Timeline. Early 2010s, Lex 500 Origins. Joseph White, better known as Zepp, begins experimenting with a BBC Basic-styled interpreter called Lex 500. Lex 500 is designed as a lightweight, nostalgic programming environment inspired by classic home computers. At this stage, it uses a basic-style syntax and focuses on simplicity over power. 2012 to 2013, Voxatron. The Lua Shift. While developing Voxatron, Zepp revisits Lex 500. During this period, he makes a crucial technical decision. Switches from basic to Lua 2 style syntax, which is easier to extend, more expressive, better suited for game logic. Built-in creative tools are added: music tracker, map editor. As the project gains identity beyond a simple interpreter, Lex 500 is renamed PICO-8. 2013 to 2014, Fantasy Console Philosophy. Zepp defines the fantasy console concept, a virtual system with deliberate, fictional hardware limits, designed to feel like developing for a real retro machine. Hardware inspirations shape PICO-8's identity: Commodore 64, 16-color palette; Amiga 500, 4-channel music tracker; Apple IIe and Famicom, overall 1980s aesthetic. These constraints become central to PICO-8's creative appeal. May 9, 2014, first public reveal. Pico Basic v0.0 is publicly revealed at Pico Cafe by Lexalawful. Although still early, it already features integrated editor, cartridge-based workflow, built-in creative tools. This marks the first public appearance of what will become PICO-8. 2015, official PICO-8 release. PICO-8 is officially released. The software copyright lists 2014 to 2015, reflecting its extended gestation. PICO-8 gains rapid adoption among indie developers, educators, hobbyists. Its success establishes Lexalawful as a key innovator in creative tooling. 2016 to 2017, maturity and new questions. All hard, PICO-8 matures through steady updates and a growing community. Let them pause. 2017. While working on Voxatron tooling, Zepp develops an advanced, strong SFX editor. PP. Community members begin asking about a potential PICO-16, sparking curiosity about a more powerful fantasy system. Wow. H3. 2018 PICO-16 rejected. H3. Zepp designs a conceptual PICO-16 in his spare time. Let them pause. He publicly concludes, PICO-8... PICO-16 does not work at all. The experiment reveals that simply scaling PICO-8's limits undermines its design. Despite rejecting the idea, strong community interest in a next-generation fantasy system remains. HR. H3, 2019-2020, Conceptual Transition, Strong H3. Zepp rethinks what a third fantasy system should be. Bigger console. But a strong fantasy computer workstation, strong. Ideas emerge for multiple files instead of single cartridges. Windowed UI. OS-like behavior. These ideas quietly diverge from PICO-8's design philosophy. June 16, 2021, Picotron announced. Zepp announces Strong Picotron, internally called Machine 3. Picotron is positioned as a sibling to Pico-8, not a sequel or replacement. Development begins openly with frequent public updates. HR. 2021 to 2022, Open Development. Picotron development is shared via YCon, Twitter, Lexalawful BBS blog, Thule. core systems take shape. Desktop style, UI, file system abstraction, revised Lua runtime. December 31st, 2022. Picotron Playground launches as a web-based runtime and API preview. 2023. Parallel evolution. Picotron continues to evolve experimentally. At the same time, PICO-8 continues active development despite its age. This period highlights Lexilawful's philosophy: long-term iteration over version sequels. February-March 2024, dual milestones. February 28, 2024, PICO-8 version 0.2.6 is released, nearly 10 years after its first reveal, showing continued support. March 14, 2024, the first purchasable alpha of Picotron is released. This marks a decade of virtual machine and engine evolution. Lie, the coexistence of two fantasy systems with different goals. Let's 2025 to present. Ongoing coexistence. PICO-8 remains actively updated, continues to serve cartridge-scale creativity. PICO receives frequent updates, expands toward a full fantasy workstation. Together, they represent two complementary interpretations of the fantasy hardware idea. H2. Evolution Summary. H2. Lex 500 to PICO-8 established the fantasy console concept. PICO-8's success directly enabled Picotron's existence. Picotron represents a philosophical expansion rather than a generational upgrade. Both systems continue evolving, side by side. HR.